Hey guys, this is Deacon from Team 5Ds. I was asked to make a deck profile, and here I am. Yesterday I took Rezael to the BCS Rosemont in Chicago. I ended up placing in the top 32 of players. My overall rank was 9th. Sadly, my run got cut short, but I still can't complain as I did secure 9th place. My matchups will be in the description below. And for those of you wondering, I will also put the deck log code in the description below, so you can not watch this video if you don't want, but you'll always have access to the full deck profile. All right, starting off, we'll get into the ride line. The main grade 3 is Rezael. Reason being is Rezael Vita is just not the proper grade 3 to run in the ride line, in my opinion, because if you whiff your Rezael, you're waiting and waiting and waiting to use the divine skill, whereas by running regular Rezael, you can use the divine skill as soon as turn 3. Then the grade 2 is Ascensior. Grade 1 is Tranquilla, played mainly to search out the best boy doggo. He is one of the core pieces of this deck, being able to plus super hard. He will probably receive a restriction. And then I run Wingall Brave because I'm partial to Royal Paladin, although you can literally run whatever starter your heart desires. Going into the grade 3s, I run 4 copies of Rezael Vita. This is the new boss unit for Rezael. For those of you that do not know, his skill is Continuous Vanguard Circle. This unit is also regarded as Fated One of Miracles of Rezael. During your turn, this unit gets plus 5,000 for each of your Fated One of Miracles of Rezael into your soul, and all of their divine skills. So, because he counts as Rezael on the Vanguard Circle, and does not count as Rezael in soul, that means that your only way of getting power and divine skills is by having the original one in soul. So please keep that in mind. Then the rest of his skill is Auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, Counterblast 1, choose up to 2 cards from your drop with grades less than or equal to the number of cards in your damage zone that are different, and call them to Rearguard Circle. Then the additional skill that he has is you can throw any grade 3 Rezael from your hand into your soul, and you can choose a grade 3 or less from drop and call it to Rearguard. Then if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3, everything called from drop off of his skill gets plus 5k. So that segues into us playing 3 more copies of regular Rezael. It is simply so now we have 6 additional targets in the deck. We do play a card that I will show you later on that allows us to recycle some of these Rezaels, so it helps us reach the function of continuously being able to use the skill as the game goes on. The 3 additional Rezaels help get the plus 5ks. You can have upwards to 20k because of the one in the ride line, and that is why I'm running them. Then additionally, to finish off the grade 3s, I'm running 2 Gabwelius. I run 2 because it's a consistency preference. I was trying to run 1 for some time, and it felt like I was bricking him, and I did have a couple of games yesterday where I didn't see him at all, and it just felt bad. So I would rather run 2 and feel like I have too many grade 3s than run 1 and feel like I'm not seeing Gabwelius. Moving on to the grade 2s, I run 3 copies of Nilbris, 3 copies of Teethfault, and 3 copies of the Order. I then run 2 copies of Valtrosa and Liel, 2 copies of Biscotti, and my Regalis piece is Twincast. I chose these ratios because the Order package feels weird to me at a 4 and a 4 of, which is where the 2 Valtrosas come in. So running it at the 3-3 is my personal preference. It's worked best for me because then I don't feel like I'm getting clogged with orders that are useless, and then I don't feel like I'm getting clogged with a grade 2 that's only a 20k attacker. That's also where Valtrosa comes in. Valtrosa allows us to recycle normal units from drop zone, and if you were not aware, due to the wording of its skill, it says when placed on Rearguard Circle from hand, other than during battle phase, choose up to 1 normal unit without Sentinel or up to 1 order card from your drop and put it to the bottom of deck. That allows us to actually recycle our Elementaria Sanctitude that we play as well. And if for some reason we damage checked and don't want the plus 15k off of Twincast, or we need to see more orders, in our deck, we can shuffle them back into deck as well. The main cool thing I like is that if I damage check Sanctitude and I heal it out, I can then recycle it. But he can also look at the top 5 cards of your deck for a counterblast and choose up to 1 card from among them, reveal it, and perform the following. If the revealed card is an order card without Regalis piece, so it cannot add Protection Twincast, you put it into your hand. That does mean that we can again add to Sanctitude. So if we're happening to see Sanctitude and we're playing against like a Leal Odium or a Stride deck, or a Drajuled, or any other grade 4 decks that are around, like Seraph as well, we can then search a free PG that is a 1-cost PG, which is just absolutely great. And the other portion of the skill is if the revealed card's grade is less than or equal to the Vanguard's grade, you can call it to rearguard. So that helps extend pieces, it helps search for doggos, it helps search for aerial sages, it helps search for orders and Nilbrises and Gabweliuses. Overall, really good card. I would be running the Valtrosa and Liel package, but the Cadwalla conflicts too much with Gabwelius for my liking, so I'm running it at A2, and then I'm running 2 of the energy cyclers instead of the tech slots for Maple, because I just found Maple wasn't really useful enough in most scenarios, and 4 Nilbris felt a little wonky. So running 3 Nilbris and 2 Biscotti feels like a decent balance for energy. I'm almost always running down to below 3 because of it, but being able to get 1 or both skills off in a turn is very nice. Moving on to grade 1s, I run the Best Boy Doggo at 4 of 3 Aerial Sages, 3 regular Perfect Guards, and we've already touched on running the 1 Sanctitude. The grade 1 lineup doesn't need much explaining, I feel. Doggos are a staple, Perfect Guards are a staple. The only thing that's going to be different is 3 Aerial Sages. But I think having the 1 additional countercharger or 13k booster at any point in the game is better than running a 1 tech slot of a Maple or slimming down my grade 2 slots or raising them, or to run tech cards. I would just rather value consistency. Then moving on to the triggers, I run the red overtrigger. I've been debating between the red or the blue overtrigger. I briefly contemplated the purple overtrigger, but that one just heals me out too many times, and then I feel sad with Gabwelius. So ultimately I decided on the red overtrigger. It is an additional attack, irregardless of how you look at it, and sometimes with the numbers that this deck can generate, hitting an overtrigger, especially when my opponent defensive OTs me, is really good because it allows me to swing for those massive numbers still. Then I'm running 3 front triggers, the regular 8 criticals and 4 heal triggers. I don't feel like there's much explaining the trigger lineup. 8 triggers get to go back into deck possibly, and draw triggers will deck us out more than likely. Every single game I get down to a small amount of cards in deck at any given point, so I just feel more comfortable running the front triggers. But that was my Rezael deck profile from BCS 2024-2025 season. If you guys enjoyed that and would like some tips and tricks on how to play the deck or how to play against the deck, comment down below, let us know, and I can make a video going over that in depth. But thank you. Yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.